Hello, today I'm going to discuss amaranth. The noise you hear in the background is my bunnies hopping around, so don't let that distract you as it's distracting me. So amaranth belongs to the plant genus Amaranthus. It is an annual or short-lived perennial plant. Some species are cultivated as leaf vegetables, pseudo-cereals, and ornamental plants. Most amaranth species are summer annual weeds called pigweed. These have catkin-like branches of densely packed flowers in the summer and autumn. Amaranth has flower and leaf and stem colors in a range of colors from burgundy to crimson. It can grow 3 to 8 feet tall with cylindrical, succulent, and fibrous stem that is hollow. There are 75 species of this worldwide, with 10 species from North America. It is related to celosia plants, thus the similar appearance at the top here. And amaranth grain is collected and used as a cereal and used in breads and is considered an ancient grain. Leaves of some species are eaten. The culturing of amaranth, according to John Milton, author of Garden of Eden, amaranth is immortal as the flower does not wither and it keeps its color even when dead, in reference to the variety that is red called Love Lies Bleeding. In Greek, amaranth means unfading flower. This species fixes carbon using C4 photosynthetic pathway. Amaranth has a primary root with deeper spreading secondary fibrous roots. I've never had a problem with it growing from the base, the roots. What happens is, I believe it spreads by way of the seeds. So here it's immature and it has not yet developed the seeds yet. These are kind of the blooms. So the flowers may bend or be straight and vary in length and color. The seeds are 1 to 1.5 millimeters diameter and are circular. The seeds are harvested 200 days after planting and may have 1 to 3,000 seeds per gram. 1,000 to 3,000. So that's a lot, and that's how I believe it can spread. But if you want to prevent it from spreading, simply cut off the seed head before it blooms and before it turns into seeds. Or another way is to just pluck it out of the ground. This is the hugest trunk I have ever seen. I mean, it is so thick. I only normally see it, I'll show you in a minute, just kind of like looking like this. It's not usually that thick and fibrous as it is there. So it is quite nutritious. Uncooked amaranth grain has very high nutritional value. It's high in carbs. It provides the energy needed, quite a bit of energy. Oh goodness, look at that bug. Oh my goodness, it looks like a giant bee. I have no idea if that's a beetle. It has like nice wings and it buzzes. It's quite large. Amaranth is high in carbs, starch, sugars, very high in fiber, fat, protein, vitamin C, folate, B5 and B6 vitamins, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, manganese, iron, selenium. It has quite a bit of that. And a lot of times the seeds are what are used as the grain. So if you've ever heard of amaranth as a grain or an ancient grain. So uncooked amaranth grain is 12% water, 65% carbs, including 7% dietary fiber, 14% protein, and 7% fat. That's pretty high for a plant. Cooked amaranth decreases in nutritional value overall. However, it still maintains quite a bit of the minerals. Amaranth does not contain gluten. That's another important aspect for people who have developed allergies. Amaranth grains contain phytochemicals, and this plant genus is native to Mexico and Central America and cultivated by Aztecs in a way like maize and made up 80% of their energy consumption. Amaranth grains are toasted like popcorn and covered with chocolate and various other things. Hummingbirds feed on amaranth flowers. It has spread to Europe and North America. Amaranth and quinoa are pseudo-cereals because of their similarities to cereals in flavor and cooking. Amaranthus was spread due to human expansion, adaptation, and fertilization strategies. It is a possible inexpensive crop that could be cultivated by many people for many reasons. A small number of seed plants a large area of vegetable. Seeding rate can be 1 kilogram per hectare. Yields are high compared to seedling rate, so 1,000 kilograms plus per hectare. So yes, it's true. Remember, if you saw my prior videos, I didn't know what it was, and it was small. And within a matter of a week and a half, it had grown like twice as large and quadruple thereafter. It can get really tall, really big and lush, and really quickly. It's easy to harvest and process and post-harvest because there are no hulls to remove off the seeds. Its seeds are a source of protein. It's high in dietary minerals, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and potassium. In cooked and edible forms, amaranth retains enough of the dietary minerals to absorb. It is easy to cook. Boil it in water with 2 times the amount of water as grain by volume, as when it comes to cooking the seeds, that is. It grows quickly, and in 3 cultivated species, large seed heads may weigh up to 1 kilogram and contain 500,000 small seeds. So lots of food provided in a short period of time. In the U.S., amaranth is used for seed production. It is ground into a flour blended with wheat or other flours to make cereals, cookies, bread, crackers. Up to 50% of flour blends can be of amaranth. However, it is only used in a minor proportion when mixed with other flours and labeled as an amaranth product. In Asia, the leaves are cooked into curries or stir-fried with spices and chili peppers and cumin, or the leaves are fried with chili and onions. In China, it's stir-fried and made into a soup, and in Vietnam, it is made into a soup. In Africa, amaranth may improve nutrition and offer food security, help rural development, and aid in sustainable land care. Let me go show you my other amaranth. So I counted the amaranth I have. It's strewn about 4 parts of this. There are 4 plants in this yard. And here is another one, and this one is pretty tall. It is about 4 feet tall, and it was taller, but I had harvested some already. And same with the last one with the huge trunk. I harvested a huge amount and cooked that into a meal. So in Africa, amaranth may improve nutrition and offer food security and help rural development and aid in sustainable land care. It is a common Nigerian vegetable that goes with all Nigerian starch dishes. Greeks boil amaranth and serve it with olive oil and lemon juice like a salad, which is so funny because that's kind of how we prepare it. We wash the leaves, boil it, and for just like 2 minutes, and then we make a dressing that has some oil, lemon juice, chili pepper, a little bit of fish sauce, but if you don't like fishy sauce, then you can use coconut aminos, which gives it that umami taste. And we use like a bean curd that's kind of like seasoned and spiced, but you don't have to use that either. But those flavors melded together, it's savory, spicy, citrusy, and then the oil makes all those flavors stick to these leaves. So it's really fabulous, and it's funny that it's almost prepared the same way the Greeks prepare it. In Brazil, the leaves are cooked and served with rice and beans. It is used as an oil called squalene, and 5% of the total fatty acids of amaranth is what makes squalene, and is preferred over more expensive shark oil to be used in dietary supplements and cosmetics. Colored amaranth can be used as a dye, and cut amaranth has been used as an ornamental plant in bouquets, and it can be grown in gardens ornamentally. Amaranth blooms also attract butterflies and moths. People fear that it may become invasive, but it's easy to cut off the seed heads or just to pull it out of the ground. So I can easily get rid of it before it spreads. That's the key thing, is if you want it to spread and provide lots of food, you just let it go to seed and drop the seeds. And if you don't want it to spread, like in this case, there are no seeds here. It is just the flower, and just chop off that part and you still have tons of lush vegetation to eat. But keep in mind that the seeds are where there are the highest amount of protein. Or you can harvest the seed portion over time, a ton of the seeds, and use that in baking. So there we have it. Here is another one. Let me show you. So that's another amaranth, and if you see, I have cut parts of it down for that meal that I made. And one more moment, let me see if I can find a mature amaranth with mature seeds. So here is amaranth, and it can look messy. This is a really old one that I've been having growing near the coop, and on occasion I will pluck out these seeding heads, or just cut off a whole entire branch and throw it into the chicken coop so that the chickens can get some extra protein, and they like to peck on it. So here are more. As you can tell, it's really mature. Now, I was going to cut this down, but if you look, see those black little seeds? I have a Malabar spinach climbing up it, and it's already going into seed. It's going to seed, and so I'm just letting it take over, and it's just more for myself and the chickens to eat, and it's a backup crop. So here are tons and tons of seeds, and if you harvest the seeds, you will get quite a bit. So yes, so nope, actually it has turned brown and it has not yet fully seeded. Sorry. Yeah, it's still soft. It's very soft, and there are no seeds yet. It just changed colors. So I haven't felt it, so I didn't know. But still, this part is probably more higher in protein than the leafy portion. But in all, it provides a lot of nutrients. And look over there, I have 2 baby amaranth growing. So I'm sure it came from this plant here. And another one. So yeah, maybe like 5 or 6 bushes or more. So here's a baby amaranth, some baby amaranth. So it just reseeds itself, and I don't mind. It's not hard to dig up. And it's very nutritious. So hope you have a great day.